See him? That's him. So we know where he is. The question is he going to try to do something we don't want him to do? And that's always a risk on something like this. You start getting thin, and you got some funky grain. You don't want it to pull in and tear through your cup, you know?
Right.
So you're...
Now, something like that, can you keep it in there, or will it? Is the drying ratio too much, too different?
With this guy?
Yeah. With that.
Well, it's going to be in there. It just skirts the edge of the cup. If I'd have been on my toes a little more, I would have probably left a little more meat there. But I didn't. So we'll see. It may try to split into the handle. I don't know. We'll find out. In an ideal world, I would have kept my bowl a little farther that way. But it's not like I'm losing a month's work if I lose a cup, so. I don't think we got any luminosity yet in this one. It's still pretty thick. I'm more worried about that guy diving, but I don't think he doesn't seem to want to do that, so. Got to pay attention. You don't get a tear going and it takes you somewhere you don't want to go. There you can really see that ray fleck.
Oh yeah.
See it right there? Get that in the sun.
Yeah.
It's really kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks the sycamore is being really boring, but and again, this is a lesson in tool sharpness, but if you're going to work stuff that has grain or knots or anything, you want those tools sharp, or you're going to have problems. You're going to want to do things you don't want to do, or you're not trying to do. I really want to look at that. Okay. Fairly thin, but boy, I'm not seeing any light through there. Oh, there we go. Because I got to get it in the sun, huh? You can see it there.
Oh, yeah.
You can see some light coming through now. We're getting there. I don't really recommend the close axe work for everybody. If you're not really confident in your axe skills, you might want to use a less aggressive tool at this point. And if you're going to use your axe, choke up on it like I am, and you're using it for real kind of gentle little cuts there. I just find it is a very efficient way to move a lot of wood. Yeah, you can. You can't. You're just seeing the. There you can see it. It's starting to get down to where we can kind of see the light coming through. Like I said, this sycamore is just full of water. So there we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the shaving horse here. And I'm just going to grab a shave. Grab this glove. And well, I got this held together and I can kind of work it. There you can really see the checkerboard pattern starting to get that in the sun there. Maybe I can find the sun. There you go. Well, you can kind of see it out here, the checkerboard. This is more of a medullary ray here, but you get a little bit of that checkerboard right out there. Huh. Sycamore is just a kind of a neat wood. It's just nobody thinks of it as being anything now, and it's kind of an underrated hardwood in our forest. Instead, we make cabinetry out of hickory and some really awful woods for that purpose, and we've got some arguably better choices should we choose to use them, which we don't. Just working green wood, though, is just such a pleasant thing to do. And you forget how pleasant when you get away from it for a while and you think, wow, a lot of work and things, but when it's down, get a nice piece of wood.
You've been carving mostly dry basswood for a while.
Yeah, I've been carving dry basswood mostly this winter, and yeah, this is just so pleasant. This guy right now is probably only about 3/16 of an inch thick. So if we get it in the sun, I don't know if we can get it to where you can get a shot. Can you get that? Kind of.
Yeah.
There, you can see it's really taking on translucency now. So we got to be really careful, even with the shaving horse, how much pressure I put on there with my foot.
You're pinching it in between the bowls.
Right, I'm pinching in where the handles are going to be. Exactly. Yeah. But it puts pressure on the bottom of that bowl, no doubt, out there.
Yeah.
And so you kind of just, you want to pay attention. Because if you want these to be really nice, you're going to want to probably be able to, like, scrape them in or something when they're done. So, you gotta leave a little material. And you'll never check too often. I mean, it's just, you're working these and you're getting right down there. You gotta really pay attention to what you're doing. Especially when you're down here on the bottom, you can't see the top, so you're kind of all the time. I want an axe stroke there, just about got in too deep on this one. We're going to have to modify our edge a little bit right there, but that's okay. We're a little high anyway, so just turn him over. Put an edge on here a little bit. Spoke shave is just a great tool for working green wood. Everybody has their tools they like, but kind of axe stroke there I'd like to work out. Vomiting blood, you don't transport a personal vehicle. Push so stupid. See, that started tearing in.
Yeah.
So I'm turning around and going the other way there. I don't want to get into a situation. So I'm just kind of seeing what I've got here from a handle area, and so establishing a nice kind of edge up here. Leave that a little heavier out there, as if you start dipping with this a lot and things, it's going to wear more here on the end, and so I'll leave a little more material out there for the future. Just want to read that grain quick, and if it's wanting to run the wrong way, you just want to go turn around, go the other direction. No point in making a mess if you don't have to. Getting that close, I just as well be after it with a knife, so I can kind of feel it as I go. And
Right.
now, see, my bowl's not all that pretty here. I got kind of a straight edge and things. I don't like that. So I'll go back in and we'll fix that real quick. And always pays to look at the spoon knife before you push on it with your thumb. Make sure you're not pushing on the sharp side.
You wouldn't think that you could mix it up, but boy, you can.
You can. But this kind of work here really shows the beauty of one of these spoon knives that are a hoop, because you just can change directions and do anything you want, all with one tool. It's just why I really like that design. I just copied it. Other people designed it. I saw it, thought it looked like a neat idea, and I made one. And I've never went back. There are a couple spoon knives there in that other box that I made.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you can see them sticking up right there.
Oh, yeah.
Left and a right.
They're almost all the way around.
Yeah. The problem is they're so flimsy, because you got that blade sticking out there. It doesn't have any support, but where one of these, you got some real support. So there we go. Let's, I don't know if we can get this, if I can find the sun here. You can kind of see that's nice translucency there. And just looking at them along the order of kind of a standard belt cup. And we could come in here and chop this in with the axe and carve it, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna cheat them. Expedite things just a little bit. I feel that looks like it's about right. This one here, I got a little bit of tear out there to deal with, but we'll make it work one way or another. So we're kind of close there. That gives us an idea of what we're going to do. I'm just going to buzz these off on my bandsaw and